One of the most powerful companies on Earth decided reality wasn't enough. In 2021, Facebook became Meta and declared war on the real world. The price? $11 billion a year and counting. Mark Zuckerberg isn't just building social networks anymore. He's trying to replace the physical world with a digital one where he controls everything. The screens, the avatars, the economy, even gravity. But here's what most people miss. Meta isn't actually a social media company. It never was. It's an attention merchant that's now betting everything on the riskiest pivot in tech history. And whether it succeeds or fails will reshape how 8 billion humans interact forever. Let's go back to February 4th, 2004. A 19-year-old Harvard sophomore launches the Facebook.com from his dorm room. Within 24 hours, 1,200 students sign up. Within a month, half of Harvard's undergraduates have profiles. Zuckerberg isn't the first to create a social network. Friendster and MySpace already exist, but he understands something they don't. Exclusivity creates demand. He expands slowly to Yale, Columbia, Stanford. You need a college email address to join. This isn't for everyone. That's exactly why everyone wants in. By 2006, Facebook opens to the public. Suddenly your parents, your boss, your distant relatives, they are all sending friend requests. The platform explodes to 100 million users, then 500 million, then 1 billion. Zuckerberg becomes the youngest self-made billionaire in history at 23. But here is the thing. Facebook's growth creates a problem. The more people who join, the more valuable it becomes. That is the network effect. It also means Facebook is not just connecting friends anymore, it is connecting everyone to everyone, and that breaks things in unexpected ways. In 2012, Instagram had 13 employees and 0 revenue. Zuckerberg paid $1 billion for it anyway. People thought he was crazy. He wasn't. He saw that photo sharing was eating Facebook's lunch with younger users. 2 years later, he did it again with WhatsApp, paying $19 billion for a messaging app that charged 99 cents per year. These were not acquisitions, they were insurance policies. Zuckerberg was building a moat around human connection itself. By 2014, Facebook owned the 3 most used social apps on Earth. 4 billion people used at least one Meta product every month. That's half of humanity, and every one of them was generating data. Here is what makes Meta different from every tech company before it. Google sells search results, Amazon sells products, Apple sells hardware, Meta sells you, not your information exactly, but your attention. Every like, comment, share, and scroll trains an algorithm to predict what you will do next. Advertisers pay billions to put their messages in front of your eyeballs at the exact moment you are most likely to click. In 2017, Meta made $40 billion in ad revenue. By 2021, it made $115 billion. Zuckerberg has built the most efficient attention extraction machine in human history. But there is a cost. 2016. Cambridge Analytica harvests data from 87 million Facebook users without consent. The information is used to target political ads during the US presidential election. Congress hauls Zuckerberg in for testimony. He sits on a booster seat, looking uncomfortable in a suit that does not quite fit, answering questions from senators who do not understand how Facebook works. The company pays a fine of $5 billion to the Federal Trade Commission. It is the largest privacy penalty in history, and it is barely a scratch. Meta makes that much in revenue every 16 days. Then it gets worse. 2018, a United Nations report finds that Facebook played a role in spreading hate speech that fueled genocide in Myanmar. 2019, the platform is used to live stream terrorist attacks in Christchurch. In 2020, a whistleblower named Frances Haugen leaked thousands of internal documents showing that Facebook knew Instagram was toxic for teenage girls' mental health. It showed that the service amplified misinformation. It showed that the company prioritized engagement over safety because angry people click more, and click more means more money. Zuckerberg's empire is crumbling, user growth flatlines. Younger generations flee to TikTok. Apple releases iOS 14.5, letting users opt out of tracking. Meta loses $10 billion in ad revenue overnight. For the first time in 18 years, Facebook reports a decline in daily users. Wall Street panics. The company loses $230 billion in market value in a single day. It is the biggest one-day drop in stock market history. So Zuckerberg makes a decision. If he can't own your attention in this reality, he'll build a new one. October the 28th, 2021, Facebook becomes Meta. The rebrand isn't subtle. Zuckerberg announces the company will spend at least $10 billion a year building the Metaverse. A virtual reality world where you work, play, and socialize as a digital avatar. He shows a demo of himself as a cartoon character with no legs floating in a blank space. The internet mocks him mercilessly. His own employees call it cringe, but Zuckerberg doesn't care. He's already all in. Reality Labs, Meta's Metaverse division, loses $13 billion in 2022, $15 billion in 2023. It is on track to lose $17 billion in 2024. That's $45 billion burned on a product almost nobody uses. Horizon Worlds, Meta's flagship virtual reality app, has fewer than 200,000 monthly active users. For context, Facebook has 3 billion. Meta's virtual reality headset, the Quest, sells a few million units per year. The iPhone sells 200 million. The Metaverse is not happening, at least not yet, maybe not ever. But here is what Wall Street does not understand. Meta is not betting on virtual reality headsets. It is betting on not being left behind. Zuckerberg watched Apple and Google create the smartphone ecosystem and take a 30% cut of everything. He is terrified the next computing platform will be controlled by someone else, so he is building his own, even if it takes decades, even if it costs hundreds of billions, because if he is wrong, Meta becomes the next MySpace, and if he is right, he owns the future. Meanwhile, the cash machine keeps printing money. Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp still generate over $120 billion a year in advertising. Meta's AI investments are starting to pay off. Their large language model, Llama, is competing with ChatGPT. Their AI-powered ad targeting is more effective than ever. The company's stock has tripled since its 2022 low. Zuckerberg's net worth is back over $170 billion. So what is Meta? It's the world's largest social network, the most sophisticated advertising platform ever created, a virtual reality company that loses billions annually, an AI lab, a hardware manufacturer, a digital identity system for 3 billion humans. It's all of these things. And it's betting that in 10 years, none of them will matter as much as the digital world it's trying to build. The question isn't whether Meta is powerful. It obviously is. The question is whether Zuckerberg's vision of the future is the one we actually want. Because ready or not, he's spending billions to make it real. If this deep dive into Meta's gamble fascinated you, hit subscribe. We are breaking down the companies reshaping our world, one story at a time.